proudly present the Altoona Area High School Marching Band under the direction of drum major Julia McCauley and Sergeant-at-Arms J.J. Steinbugle. The band opens this evening's festivities with the AAHS Band fanfare and the school fight song. The Altoona Area High School Marching Band. We ask you to stand and remove your headwear for the playing of our national anthem and remain standing for the Altoona Area High School alma mater. Altoona Band tradition. The Downfield Lion performed to the band's Signet March, Barnum and Bailey's favorite. the Hay Song.
Good evening and welcome to Mansion Park for the opening football game of the 2022 football season. I'm Jim Abbott along with Chris Strawmeyer. We have our beginning of the year rivalry game. This is the 5th year that this rivalry has been brought back, Chris. Altoona has only won once. It was last year by a 20-3 score, but what do the teams look like tonight?
Well, I think number one, always the first game of the year, you're looking for surprises and people to step up that you might not think would normally step up, and those are the guys that'll have the set the impetus to have a great year here. Some of the guys for the Mountain Lions, we might see new quarterback Brendan Freewald, see what he can do with the offense. Alex Yost, we call him maybe new, but he actually played the end of the year last year because Ethan Straub got hurt as your fullback. And we know the Mountain Lions like to run the football, and that fullback's a huge part of it. On defense, Manny Miller, Sean Between make some plays. Those kinds of things are what the Mountain Lions are going to need.
Well, Altoona returns 8 starters from defense just because of the fact, like you said, there was a lot of injuries at the last year. We started out 4-0. And then, some injuries derailed some things, but there was a lot of playing time. So we got 3 experienced linebackers in Chandler Brendel, Braun Mosley, and Yost. And then you have Manny Miller and Michael Riccio up front, who is returning, as well as Betwee and Tyson Reed in the secondary. So the Mountain Lions have some players back. The Hollidaysburg team is a completely different story. They lost a majority of their starters. They only have 1 starter back on offense and only 3 on defense. So it'll be interesting to see how these teams start out. Altoona started fast last year, ended up 4-7. Hollidaysburg went 6-5 and got to the district championship game in 5A. Altoona lost to State College in 6A. But overall, the new year brings a lot of optimism.
Right, always, and you'll have something to look forward to here. The ebbs and flows of a season really tell the tale of how a year went. As you said, Hollidaysburg, they lose the first game of the year to Altoona, end up winning a district championship. Altoona the year before lost the first game of the year to Hollidaysburg, ended up winning a district championship. So it's a long season, a long way to go. However, this first game is very big for everybody involved in the Hollidaysburg, Altoona area. No doubt about it, students and adults alike.
And it's bragging rights. It's what it comes down to between these 2 schools. It's been that way as long as I've been in Altoona, which is 35 years. And I'm sure, Chris went to high school here, and it's been that way probably back into the 70s and 60s.
Yeah, I remember lots of games when I played high school football, but the last game I played was a 27-0 loss to Hollidaysburg, and that one kind of sticks in me. Like that one hurt, It was a rainy, crappy night on the grass here at Mansion Park. Yes, that's how old I am. And it was very muddy and lousy out there, and they handled it way better than we did. But, those kinds of things, these kids will remember the Altoona Hollidaysburg game, for their whole lives, honestly.
Well, the one thing, as we were saying, some of the guys that are back on defense, on offense, there are no linemen on either team that is returning. none of the centers, guards, or tackles from either team. Now, Altoona has Manny Miller, both on offense and defense, and he was able to be a game changer last year, and we're hoping that he can do the same thing this year, helping out on both sides of the ball. But it's going to come down to the young guys in the trenches, and can each team run what they want to run. You know, when you go with Altoona, they are going to run the ball 40, 50 times in the night, and if they can, a perfect game for Coach Niedermeyer would be to not throw the ball at all.
Absolutely, and you're going to see the variety, because it is the option. So you're going to see a variety of styles of run. You're going to see that fullback right up the middle. If it's not there, the quarterback will pull it and either keep it himself or pitch to an A-back coming. That's their bread and butter play. They run that all the time. There are other things they run, but that's what you're going to see a majority of the time. And the object is to try to put the defense into decision-making situations. And when they make a decision, you react the other way. Sometimes it doesn't always work if you don't block it up, but that's the whole idea. You said about Manny Miller, they moved him to tight end this year on offense, so he's not quite playing maybe as many snaps and, not in the trenches on that side of the ball. He's still going to play offense, but, and like you said, it's not like they're throwing to the tight end. So he's an extra blocker is what he is at the tight end position.
And we're going to see, because he still is listed as being 50, which is a lineman's number, not a tight end, but he could be in that realm, and we'll see if, back 30 years ago, Andy Wetzel used to have two different jerseys.
That would be interesting.
One when he was a lineman, and then we would throw another one on top of him when we needed him at tight end. So it'll be interesting to see how the season unfolds, how the games unfold. One of the things we can tell you is that the first 4 weeks are all being right here at Mansion Park.
Yeah, that's an interesting schedule. I mean, and 3 non-conference games, non-mid-pen games to start, and then the first home conference game is State College right here, which, you're playing Hollidaysburg and State College, your 2 biggest rivals, 2 of the first 4 weeks. So, that's a nice start to the schedule as far as interest goes for everybody involved.
Well, a new thing, week 3, we have Mifflin County on the schedule. We have never played Mifflin County in a high school football game. We've scrimmaged them the last couple of years, but they decided this year that they're both mid-pen teams and they would pick each other up as an independent. We're in different divisions in the mid-pen, but when we come back and play in District 6, that game's going to have some meaning for the end of the year.
Yeah, that is very interesting. Mifflin County joined the mid-pen with kind of an agreement they would play down in division, so that's why they're not in the Mountain Lions League. They're the same size in basketball, and they play each other in basketball that way, but not in football. So that'll be an interesting dynamic here this year, how that's going to shake out. Never played each other. I'm an hour and 20 minutes away from each other and never played each other.
So one of the other big deals in the area, and it's going to affect Hollidaysburg next year. Hollidaysburg currently is independent, and they run an independent schedule. They go all over the place. They go to the west, the east, the south. They go down into Maryland to get 10 games. However, next year there was a big development in the area here that the Laurel Highlands has basically sucked up every conference in the area, and it's going to be a huge 32 to 40 team league, and they are including Hollidaysburg in the league. I think it actually everything but football.
Everything but football, right? So,
but they're going to be able to get them some games.
Right, and is that an opening to eventually get in? I mean, we'll see how that shakes out, and very interesting dynamic in local football. I mean, much like the NCAA that we see building these mega conferences. And
I laughed that when I saw the division breakdown, basically all the Laurel Highlands did was get rid of BG. Because they split upon...
Pushed them to this side.
They pushed them to the eastern part, which is the Blair County schools, as well as, Bellefonte and I think Huntington. But, all the other Cambria schools are going the other way. So Central and BG, who play tomorrow night here, will also be a game that happens all the time.
That'll be a big game. Yeah, somebody told me like maybe 219 is kind of the dividing line, roughly, for that. Like this side of 219 is going to be one division, and the 219 Ebensburg Johnstown teams that are kind of on 219, and to the west will be the other side. But that'll be interesting.
So our kicker tonight actually was the all Altoona Mirror kicker of the year last year. That's for Holidays, Ben Sanoski. He will be kicking off to the Mountain Lions, who will get the ball first. Deep for Altoona, it looks like it is Mr. Yost, number 22. And
is that Tyson Reed back there, I think?
I believe it's Tyson Reed.
He's hiding his number.
Well, the one problem with the numbers is they don't do well with our roster. Our roster is set up not by numbers, it's set up by alpha, by grade. So there are multiple numbers too. So you're looking through and trying to find people. So if I mention a wrong name with a number tonight, I apologize. But we will try to bring everything we can to you as we're ready for the 2022 season to kick off here at Mansion Park.
Oh, this is great. I love it. I cannot believe football season is here. It's amazing. Amazing time of year.
Sadowski kicks. Yost goes back, and it goes 5-7 yards deep in the end zone. That shows why he was the kicker of the year last year in the area. So the Mountain Lions will start 1st and 10 at their own 20. And it looks like number 11, is that Freewalt? Yes, Brandon Freewalt will bring out the Mountain Lions to start off on offense. I see Harrington as one of our receivers. On the backside, we have number 25, which is Jameer Hardison. And you got Yost lining up directly behind Freewalt. Basically a double wing with Yost in the back. It goes off to the side in a big alley. Looks like Tyson Reed is going to not only pick up a first down, but go for about 14 yards. And all that was a sweep to the right.
Yeah, I mean, the Mountain Lions, in talking to some of the coaches, they think Hollidaysburg has a little bit of size up front. They're going to try to expose that edge. You know, they do that early. Obviously, they have to continue to run the ball up the middle for this offense to work. So hopefully you get that good mix of inside and outside here tonight, and they'll be successful.
Again, the Mountain Lions are in that same format. Reed goes in motion. It's a fake up the middle, and then Reed gets the pitch, and he goes and then gets knocked out of bounds almost at the 50. Actually, they're going to mark him out at the 47. So first two plays go for 13 and 14 yards for the Mountain Lions.
Yeah, the left end and linebacker dove inside where the fullback was, and you know that's a great read and a great pitch by Freewald to free up Reed for those. Another first down carry is what it was.
And Freewald is a junior. Last year, Sean Betwee was the backup. We thought we'd see him more on offense, but he is very valuable to the defense. Hardison in motion this time. Freewald fumbles the snap, and it looks like Mountain Lions are going to turn it over as one of the Hollidaysburg members is underneath. And yes, number 9. Who was that, sir?
Drew Weiland.
Drew Weiland gets the first turnover of the year for Hollidaysburg and picks up the fumble recovery. So the Golden Tigers will start at the 46 of Altoona.
And turnovers and penalties, two things that really halt this offense. You might say, well, yeah, no kidding. You know, all teams, that's a problem for. Well, this team's not a big play team generally. It's a grinded out team. So anytime you get behind the chains with penalties and obviously turn the ball over, those are the two things that kill the Mountain Lions here. So the defense has to stiffen up here.
So quick dive up the middle, and it's going nowhere as the entire middle of the Mountain Lion defense. Calvin Troutman was in the middle there, as was number 55. Trying to find some numbers here. We'll get some names matched up.
I think that was Ransom, number 40. Elijah Ransom on the carry. Gave him a yard. That was about it there.
Looks like a little swing pass out to Ransom. He gets the corner, and the Mountain Lions get to him, but he does pick up approximately, we're going to give him 6.
Pushed out by Alex Jones.
Brings up our first kind of third down play of the game, third and 3. probably 4-down territory. A little bit out of Sosnowski's range, but he has a great leg, obviously. We saw with the kickoff, but
Tucker Rossman is the quarterback, and he's looking over the middle and just outthrows his receiver. So it's going to be 4th down. That attempt was for Nick Berkey, but at the 39-yard line and a 4th and 3, I believe they're going to go for it.
right, it's kind of your only choice here.
And 3.
Definitely out of field goal range. You could punt the ball, but it makes more sense. Somehow now it's 4th and 2, by the way.
Yeah, it's marked at the 39, but the ball's set at the 38. There we go.
I mean, that's a little bit critical on a 4th down play. You give them 1/3 of the yardage for free.
So 4 receivers. We've got twins on each side. Fullback is now back behind. So Rossman pitches it out to the outside and
stop short. Big hit there.
Ransom only gets 2.
Braun Mosley, number 23.
Braun Mosley with a big jaw-jarring tackle there. Knocked him backwards about 1.5 yards short of the 1st down marker.
It looked like the Mountain Lions were going to be able to make the play, and then the first man was not able to do it. But as Chris said, Mosley made a great play going diagonally.
So Mountain Lions passed the first test on defense.
By the way, number 55 is Darian Jones for the Mountain Lions. He was in on the first play. Mountain Lions are coming up quickly, and there's a whistle. And
they had to call timeout. They had trouble getting the play in for whatever reason. And the play clock was winding down. It was about 1 when they called the timeout. So
amazing. Each team's had the ball once, and it's only taken 1 minute and 26 seconds. So I know Coach Niedermeyer is not happy that he had to take a timeout that early in the game, but you don't want to start 1st and 15 on your second drive.
So brand new lights here at the Mansion Park Stadium, and new handrails put in for ADA compliance, and you know, we got some
well, the angle of the lights are cool because sitting here you used to be blinded if you looked up at the lights.
Right.
Now you don't, because the way they're tilted down, but it looks bright as day out on the field. I know it's not nighttime yet, so we'll see, but it's starting to get a little overcast as we have some weather possibilities a little later.
And they have the ability to flash them when big things happen and all kinds of new stuff, huh?
Mountain Lions had an end-over trips and just give the ball to Yost off of left tackle, and Yost is going to go up for, we'll give him 7 yards. So the Mountain Lions have only stopped themselves. They've picked up big yardage on every play they've run.
Yost on the carry. Stop at number 33, Blaze.
You're going to see the 3 linebackers from Altoona rotate through and end up, that's Mosley, Yost, and Brindle. I believe they all will run series at fullback so they can stay fresh on D and each do offense.
You're going to get a motion penalty. 1st down yardage is going to be brought back.
Flag of the play.
Well, Altoona went in motion, and then another guy bumped a little bit.
Illegal shift. 2 men in motion at the same time. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
Well, I guess the official's mic is working well tonight, as we were clearly able to hear that.
Clearly.
So that's the first penalty of the evening.
So 2nd and 8, looks like. And, you know, that was another successful play, by the way, that they got called back. So the Mountain Lions are actually moving the ball, the offensive line doing its job thus far.
And again, there's sort of an end around, so to speak. It's just handed off on the way by to Reed, and Reed does pick up a 1st down. So he needed 8, he got 9, and they're out to the 49-yard line.
Jameer Hardison out there leading the way, just pushing the outside linebacker or cornerback, whatever that was up there, I couldn't see, 8-10 yards down the field and paving the way for Tyson Reed to get that first down carry.
Well, the Mountain Lion offense in this first 3 minutes has really done a good job moving Hollidaysburg, or putting them on their heels. So Yost tried to break a tackle, got to the outside, but did not pick up any additional yardage. That's not Yost, that was Mosley, I'm sorry. So Mosley gets his first carry, and he got 1 yard.
They got to be careful. They were kind of shifting a little bit there, too, again, at the snap. They got to get that cleaned up here. I think it was just one person shifting, so it's okay. Like, that's kind of like motion. But, I mean, really, you're supposed to be set for like 1 second before the snap.
And again, this is Brindle's first game. And we saw this a lot last year, that wing back or halfback will go in motion to see if the defense moves at all. We're down to 2 seconds, and we're going to have another penalty. This one's delayed game.
I think they got a timeout in before the delay of game, luckily for them. They're going to give him a timeout? It looks, let's see. Yeah, it looks like it. Everybody's coming to the sideline. But, yeah, that's...
Before the delay of game clock expire, we have timeout, Altoona. Their second.
So
that's something they got to clean up here, right?
Well, you got to clean it up, but you've got to expect with a new offensive lineman, a brand new quarterback, and a couple guys that aren't normally in there getting their first real action. The game's going to move a lot faster than the scrimmage did at Duke.
Sure. And, you know, like what we saw once Freewald went to the line wasn't out of line. So they got to get the play in quicker, it looks like, or he's got to, you know, interpret the signals a little quicker and call the play, or whatever's happening has to be done a little quicker before they get up there, because
well, the Mountain Lions are changing the plan, and one receiver is on the outside here. I think this is Harrington.
well, obviously they're not throwing to him, right?
He's the decoy. Take somebody out wide to the numbers. Free wall under center. He's going to attempt a pass, and it's an incomplete pass, and the defender came over top.
Is that Betwee?
Betwee. But that will go as an incomplete pass. And we now have a 3rd and 8.
Third down and 8 for the Mountain Lions.
So the first time the Mountain Lions have been put in a long distance situation. My question is, are these first plays scripted? Or was that just, you know, coming out of the timeout, something they wanted to try?
Right.
They've been very successful running.
Yeah, it's almost like, why would you do that, right? I get what you're saying. Now the shotgun going screen. Hollidaysburg sniffed it out.
And that's...
Luckily, that was knocked down. No, Betwee was over here. It might have been okay. But it was not going to get to him.
No.
So Mountain Lions will kick it away. That would have been curious if they get down there and it's like 4th and 2 or 3. I think they might have went for it there.
I agree with you.
But, you know, 4th and 8 is way too long, so they're going to kick it away.
So not only does Hollidaysburg have a very good kicker, Altoona's got Ian Palilla back for what seems like his 5th year to me, but no.
Maybe he had a COVID year.
But he is double dutying, punting and kicking this year, and he gets it inside the 20 to the 14-yard line. So a very good kick for him to start out.
35-yard punt, no return. So you'll take a 35 net anytime.
So Hollidaysburg will come out for their second series.
Oh, they marked it at the 15. They gave him a yard.
So opening quarter, 7:56 to go, first quarter. Mountain Lions and Golden Tigers are tied at 0. Altoona does have 2-3 first downs compared to Hollidaysburg has not yet got a first down. pass in the flat was deflected and broken up. Was that Hardison?
Pass intended for number 7, Nick Berkey.
Yeah, I think so.
Berkey seems to be the guy that Rossman wants to throw to.
And somebody almost dove back and intercepted it. But Hardison's the one that got in there and broke the pass up.
Spread offense again, a quick pass out to the side. And it looks like it's going to be a first down. That's a 10-yard gain. I'm not sure who that.
Caden Delatre.
Never heard that name before.
Yeah, me neither.
That is, of course, the coach's son. So he gets a first down of the night and a 10-yard gain for Hollidaysburg.
Gain of 10, first down.
So Hollidaysburg coming out throwing the football here predominantly.
There's an off tackle.
Which opens up that delayed draw type of play. I mean, when you're throwing the football and you complete a couple, you know, the draw opens up. Get another 10-yard on the number gain here.
Evan Booth, number 69 on the stop.
2 back-to-back first downs for Hollidaysburg, and they're coming up with no huddle. Handoff once again. This time the Mountain Lions sniff it out, and Ranson is tackled for only a
penalty flag down.
2 to 3 yard gain, but yes, there's a flag, and it's in the area of offensive holding. I think it was thrown on the right tackle's back, actually.
Holding offense, number 65. 10-yard penalty, repeat the down.
So Hollidaysburg with their first big mistake. Critical penalty there.
Clock starts running, 7:23. Hollidaysburg again. Trips left, wide receiver right. They're trying to go a spread offense, no huddle. A quick screen pass out into the flat. This one goes to number 7. Looking quickly.
That's Berkey, I think, right?
Is that Berkey again?
Branson Adams, gain of 5, reception by Nick Berkey.
Branford Adams on the tackle there. Second and about 15.
Deep pass going down the corner, and that's overthrowing everybody.
And he has time back there.
I'll tell you,
Rossman has some time.
The official out that side showed me some speed. He was in front of him the whole way down.
And we're down in 15 for Hollidaysburg.
It's 3rd and 15. If you're the Mountain Lions, you keep everything in front of you and tackle.
Yep, you got the long sticks. You got trips this side. One receiver to the other. Hollidaysburg is looking back for the call at the line. They wanted to see how Altoona lined up. They were showing blitz and backed off. There's the same long pass once again, and this one Berkey drops. He would have had a first down. I didn't see a flag, but he looked like he cut up a little bit early.
Yes, I noticed that, right. So just, you know, Yost dives, Tyson Reed's right there. That must, I mean, we don't have the angle, but that looked like a pretty small window to fit that in there. And
but it was right off his fingertips.
yeah, and
so
Berkey just happened to drop it. So Hollidaysburg will have to kick the ball away here.
Good throw by Rossman. So Hollidaysburg, after getting 2 first downs, moves backwards a little. And after 2 drives, both teams, no real action. Oh, that ball was almost blocked. It was tipped.
The official says tipped.
And we get a fair catch on the other side by Tyson Reed at the 36.
So still got a 34-yard punt off, even though it was tipped.
Got the finger on it, yep.
Or 39-yard punt. They were to 25, yeah. I saw the 30 up there. That's wrong. They were at the 25.
So that was 25, 35, 39.
39 yards.
That's what we got. So Mountain Lions want to come out and look for some consistency. We'll see if they can continue with what they were doing early, run the ball. And we have a whistle. And officials coming in. Somebody have an equipment violation? They're having Alex Yost leave the field, but yet he just called back in. Mosley started out, and then they gave him time to fix whatever the equipment violation was.
Yeah, who knows? Oh, here we go again.
Now they're going to tell him he's got to take him out. And now they're telling him he has to leave. So Homer Delantry did not like that Yost was allowed to stay on the field. So the Mountain Lions have to take him out for one play and bring out Mosley. Hollidaysburg D is lined up in a tight 4-4. This time Tyson Reed takes that handoff going around the end, makes one cut, and runs it straight forward.
Close to a first down.
But I think they're going to mark it a little. It depends on where the far side marks them. They're going to mark him short, so they're going to give him 9.
That's a gain of 9.
So it's a 2nd and 1. And did Yost come back out? Nope, Mosley still looks to be in there. So the Mountain Lions using that same formation, a double wing. This time they're bringing it the other way with Hardison. Hardison gets hit and keeps driving, gets to the 50, so he'll get a 5-yard gain and a first down. That's Hardison's first tackle or run of the night.
Yeah, it's just most of the runs have been to the far side, the right side of the offense, and this time they brought it back the other way for the first time. Looks like some umbrellas are out. We're getting little sprinkles out there.
And if we look over at the new lights, you can see underneath them that, yes, we are getting some sprinkles.
Yep.
Mosley was handed the ball, kept it, went straight up the middle for 5.
Yeah, nice hole there. Mountain Lions right up the middle. Mosley gets an easy 5 out of that. Yost comes back into the ball game here.
4:58 to go first quarter. Score is 0-0 between Altoona and Hollidaysburg. Well, rain definitely favors Altoona.
Yes.
Because it'll cut down on passing games. Hardison in motion. Fake. Free wall keeps it. And gets almost to the 40. I think they're going to mark him at the 41, so they're only going to give him 4 yards. So it's going to be another, this time 3rd and 1, not 2nd and 1.
And absolutely, according to the Mountain Lions script, they get a couple on first, a couple on second. And, 3rd and 3 or less is where the Mountain Lions shine. That's where they won. And yes, most offenses shine that way, but this is what the Mountain Lions do. They try to grind it out this way. They have a lot of 3 and 4 down series.
You need to watch the clock. It's going down once again. You only have 1 timeout left. You want to get this moving. And there's the ball handoff, and we're going to get a loss of yardage that time. And I'm not sure who the running back was.
Is that
that's number 20.
Walk. Mason Walk.
Number 20, Mason Walk.
Mason Walk with the carry, lost a couple.
He goes back to the 44.
Loss of 2, 4th down.
And the Mountain Lions are going to go for it.
And Hollidaysburg has their punt return team in for some reason. They might be forced to use a timeout here.
If I'm Homer, I would probably use one right now too, and there it is.
Yeah, they had a single safety way back there, Berkey, like as if the Mountain Lions are going to punt. The Mountain Lions had no intention of punting. They never brought the punting team on. Generally, you have to wait and see if the special teams come on before you put your special teams on. And
so one of the differences in that last play, when Walk went in motion or came right down the line, he bowed it back a little bit, so he wasn't able to cut up as quick as we've seen Reed do it. Reed usually goes right behind the line of scrimmage and ducks in behind them, where Walk went a little bit deeper, and it gave the Golden Tiger defense time to get through and make the tackle for a loss. That's the first negative play of the night for the Mountain Lions other than the penalty.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, we don't have the angle. Maybe it wasn't there, so that's why he bounced it outside, or I don't know if he just tried to bounce it outside. Regardless, you're right. Reed makes the read and cuts it in inside there.
Well, Reed's back in, and it is given to Reed, and he goes a little wide, but he's able to make a big cut and go and gain approximately 6 yards and another first down.
And he got a big block out there.
I think we're going to actually mark it as a 5-yard gain.
That's a gain of 6.
Okay, they did make it 6.
Down for the Mountain Lions.
So the Mountain Lions keep marching on. They're at 1st and 10 at the 37, 3:03 to go in the first. Opening night of high school football, and we have a little bit of rain tonight right now. So who took that ball? Was it Yost got the fake, and I don't know if Freewald kept it.
Freewald kept it, yeah.
Because he also had Reed right behind him or right next to him. So he goes all the way down to the 30 with a gain of, we'll give him 7.
And look, we're watching intently, and it's hard to see who has the ball. So you can imagine what it's like playing defense against something like this, right? I mean,
you have to be disciplined on defense and make your reads, and you can't miss if it's your man. There's a handoff right up the middle to Yost. He's going to pick up probably 2 and not get the first down, but he's going to get a few yards out of it, and he's going to be close to the first down. And we're back in the same situation. We're 3rd and 1.
Yost on the carry.
So the Mountain Lions have been slowly churning downfield. Hardison comes across. Hardison takes it, cuts up, gets the first down, gets more, gets inside the 20, and dives to the 15. Big gain of 13 on a 3rd and 1. Oh, we'll give them 12, but great run.
And once again, as you pointed out, you see Hardison put his foot in the ground, make that read and cut inside instead of trying to bounce it outside, and that's where the run was successful.
Because he originally got that first down, but then he was able to pick up more because of how decisive he was. He wasn't letting the defense string him out. Reed jumps back. They're looking again. They look to the side. 10 seconds on the clock. Freewall snaps, gives the ball to Reed. Reed is covered up and will go backwards for a loss. So he's going to go all the way back to the 20, the loss of 4.
And credit to the defense on that one. Hollidaysburg smelled it out, got enough people over there that they couldn't be blocked, and sent Reed back for a loss.
2nd and 14. Ball is at the 20-yard line.
One man came through, and that disrupted the path that Reed wanted to go, and that slowed him down, and then everybody else followed through. So a 2nd and 14, option pitch. Reed gets it, goes the corner, and he's looking for the edge of the end zone, and we have a flag. He gets down to the 1, but we have a flag about the 11. So Tyson Reed made a great cut to come back. He gets all the way down to the 1, but we've got to see what the flag is on the 11. So where we had a 2nd and 14, we're probably going to get backed up and have a 2nd and 15. Because it'll be marked.
Back, above the waist. 10-yard penalty from the spot. Repeat the foul.
Yeah, I didn't.
Foul was on number 5.
Did not see it. Well, there you go.
Well, It's a 10-yard penalty, so do we give Reed a 10-yard run?
Yeah, I don't know.
From that spot?
Not sure how that works.
I mean, because if not, you have a 10 yards just missing there.
There's a...
And there's something wrong in the backfield, and all of a sudden there's another flag. So the Mountain Lions keep moving backwards. It's probably going to be a motion.
On the stop of Brennan Freewall.
And they're looking to walk it off the Altoona side. Oh, they're going to decline it.
Illegal shift. Both wing backs were in motion. Hollidaysburg has declined the penalty. Third down.
So the result of the play was nothing. So you have to give Freewall a 0 gain run.
So it's 3rd and 15.
The rain looks like it stopped for now, and we have the end of the first quarter. So an interesting first quarter. The Mountain Lions have been on offense a lot more than Hollidaysburg, but they have nothing to show for it as they've had some miscues. So end of the 1, Altoona 0, Hollidaysburg 0.
Yeah, so I mean, you're right. Like, they've had the ball more. They've shown a lot more on offense. But the bottom line is you can't just run between the 20s. You have to get down and try to score. And now they're set up in a 3rd and 15 situation here. And as you said before, Palila's a pretty good kicker. So, you know, even if you get a couple yards, I think you're in line to try a 3-pointer here.
Right now it would be a 38-yard kick if they did not gain any yardage.
I mean, he's okay inside 40. So I would say that even if they don't gain anything, they're probably going to try it.
But overall in the first quarter, I mean, if you look at the stats, the Mountain Lions, you know, Reed has 57 yards running, and combined, the Mountain Lions have 57, 71, 99 yards in the first half, or first quarter, just in running. They're 0 for 2 passing, and Hollidaysburg on the other side has 3 rushes for 13 yards and 3 for 7 passing for 23 yards. The big thing was the fumble recovery and that block in the back penalty where the Mountain Lions would have had a 1st and goal at the 1. Instead, they have a 3rd and 15 at the 21. So they're talking to Yost again. The Mountain Lions come up, and the ball is now set for play. You have a trip situation. They're going to look for Yost. Freewall is running. He's getting to the outside. He throws it short. The pass is caught, but they're only able to get 1 yard. And the receiver was number 8. Do we have a name on him?
Chandler Brandel, yeah. So Palila comes on to try a 37-yarder and put it down at the 27.
So Brendel changed numbers from 26 to 8?
I guess. That's one thing about the first game of the year. You get used to some numbers, and sometimes they change on you. So Freewall to hold.
Yep, Brendel is now 8. The kick is up. It's got great length, but I believe it's off to the side.
He pulled it to the left a little bit there, and
so that was a 38-yard attempt, and I believe the kick would have been good from about 50, but it was wide left. So Mountain Lions had the turnover, and to start the second quarter, they have the missed field goal.
The Mountain Lions would like to thank UPMC Elite Orthopedics as tonight.
Hollidaysburg takes over, 1st and 10 on their own 20. They have trips left, single receiver to the right. Quick little pass to the right. bet we gave him some room, and it's another 10-yard gain. Which receiver was that?
It was
number 3.
Mason walk on the
I think that's
stop of
Delantry.
Steve Delantry. First down, 10-yard gain.
The deep pass that time. Is that Delantry again?
Yep, he made a move on Betwee, stepped inside him,
King Delantry.
and they
That
hit
one-
that slant.
That was a 21-yard.
He had no inside help at all. The Mountain Lions are a little confused on defense. I don't know if that was the cause of that or not.
A draw up the middle. It goes for a loss of a yard. I believe also the quick no huddle is, they actually marked them forward.
Manny Miller on the stop. Elijah Ransom.
Manny
on the
Miller
carry.
with the stop. First time we heard his name
Gain
tonight.
1.
Twins both ways. Rossman and Ranson in the backfield. Hollidaysburg quickly gets downfield and gets a couple more first downs. There's a pass attempt to Delantry again, and it was just hit perfectly. It's on a 14-yard gain, so Hollidaysburg is on a roll.
Delantry on the reception. Sean Betwee, number 7, with the tackle. That's a gain of 13. First down, Hollidaysburg.
About second play in a row they've run that. The other times Delatre just ran the stop out there.
There's another ball up the middle.
Elijah Ransom.
Branson is just basically right now trying to keep them honest. I think they're going to give him 1. Hollidaysburg's looking over at the sideline. They have twins on each side.
Gain of 1.
The Mountain Lions look like they're going either quarters or man-to-man. They're moving away to the right. And they're going to try to hit that quick. Again, same thing. And he moves in very quickly. He starts to round before that ball is set, but that is incomplete.
It'll be third down and long here.
Third down and 9.
Tigers finding some success in the passing game with those quick passes. No chance to get to the quarterback with that 3-step drop and quick release. Mountain Lions are off the receivers and giving them room. So if you're going to do that, you need to get up on them.
Well, Berkey and Delantry are the two that they go to. And this one again, oh, it's dropped. It's dropped. Delantry had it, and then as he went down, he dropped it.
There's a little bit of traffic over there. I don't know if they were confused or couldn't see.
So it's now 4th and 9 at the 34-yard line. And it looks like Hollidaysburg is going to go for it. I don't know if they're going to call timeout. Coach was all the way out at the numbers. That's not usually allowed. No score, 9:11 to go, second quarter. Trips to the left side. Delantry by himself on the right.
Should maybe try to draw him off here.
I know they're playing quarters, but they need a little help on the Delantry side. And I think you got a timeout.
Mountain Lions call a timeout.
So that's that's Altoona's last timeout.
The Mountain Lions are home next week when they play Altoona High School. Kickoff next Friday is at 7 p.m.
So again, Mountain Lions are going to be home at Mansion Park the next 3 weeks after tonight. They've got Alderdice out of the Pittsburgh City League next week. That's also elementary night. And then Mifflin County and State College, 2 District 6 foes. And then they go full in blast into the Mid-Penn. When they'll go on the road, I believe they open up with CD East.
Yeah, 4 out of their last 6 games are on the road down there.
Right, there's a 7-game league schedule. This year, Altoona has 3 home and 4 away. So that's why it was important for the Mountain Lions to have the 3 non-conference games at home.
You can access them by the baseball field entrance near the flagpole.
So even though there's no score in this game, we've seen several critical plays here, and this is another one of them right here. 4th and about 8 or 9, 9, call it 9 for Hollidaysburg. They get this first down. They are in field goal range now, at the very least, and get a new set of downs down here.
So the Mountain Lions are coming out in a press situation out on Delantry. So they're locked up man-to-man out there. Now he's backing off just a little. Here comes Berkey across. The ball is fumbled, but picked back up. And Rossman just throws it into the dirt, and the Mountain Lions will take over on downs.
So, I mean, that is exactly what we just talked about a few minutes ago. You got to come out and press them a little bit. If you're giving them space. Oh, yeah. No intentional grounding. And the Mountain Lions get the ball either way. But, you know, that's what we said. They come out and they press a little bit. They backed off. You give them a different look. You have to give him a different look. If he's going to go boom, 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 bam, you know, 3 steps, put the ball in the numbers, you got to make him do something different. And they did that. He dropped the ball this time. Mountain Lions take over.
So the Mountain Lions are starting their 4th drive of the evening. Hardison goes in motion, handoff to Yost. He breaks a hole and he's going. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's down to the 20. He cuts back in and makes the tackler miss. And he goes down to the 2-yard line.
64-yard run.
A 64-yard run by Yost. That shows you how athletic he is, because he normally, you know, he's a fullback. He's not your scat back. And he went down the sideline. When he realized the guy was coming up, he stopped and cut back, made a miss, and then the rest of the group got there and tackled him at the 2. So great young run by Yost, and it puts the Mountain Lions in a great position with a 1st and goal at the 2.
They don't have any timeouts, so it's already 10 here, so they got to get up to the line of scrimmage.
Just give it to him again, let him finish it off. Hardison goes in motion. Yost takes the ball into the end zone.
And there's the new light show that you see when the Mountain Lions score. Pretty much all Yost that drive, huh? 2 carries, the whole works, and touchdown Mountain Lions.
2 carries, 66 yards. Great drive by Altoona. Yost broke it, and that's what we said. They got to play a structured, organized defense, and somebody missed their block, and then Yost takes it down.
And somebody on the Mountain Lions extra point team missed their block too. That's what caused the PAT to be blocked. So it's 6-0. Hopefully that is not a critical thing later on here in this ball game.
I was impressed by the light show.
Yeah, the light show was good. I was wondering how that was going to work. And it probably looks better when it's really dark out.
That's what I was just thinking. That will look great when it's dark. But the new lights that are out there, it cuts down on the shadows everywhere, because there used to be a lot of shadows. The way they're set up, no shadows. And as I said, if you're playing and you're looking up, you don't really look into the lights.
And a lot of people don't realize too, the actual poles themselves were rusting and in need of replacement. They were the original light poles that they put up here whenever that was. I don't know if it was the 60s or
70s.
Yeah, whenever it was. So, well, if you're going to replace that, you might as well put the state-of-the-art stuff on the top.
I hope Altoona scores like 50 points a game, because I want to keep seeing that light show go. So again, the Mountain Lions take a lead here. Opening score of the 2022 season, it is 6-0. 8:27 to go, 2nd quarter. Palillo will be kicking off from left to right. And Hollidaysburg numbers from the front are very difficult to see, so I can't tell who the 2 deep men are. So Palillo is ready. He sets up. Strong kick down to about the 8-yard line. It is caught. And the Mountain Lions will swarm. Is that 33?
Looks like 33.
So 33 for Hollidaysburg. That's probably Blaze Wills. So the Mountain Lions will now take to the D. Hollidaysburg will come out with a 1st and 10 on the 25. As I look up and down that defensive line, they are rotating guys to try to keep them fresh, which is a big help when we get later in the game. So Delantry and Berkey are stacked on that right side. There's a quick handoff. Rossman trying to get to the outside. Actually, that's Ransom trying to get to the outside, and he runs out of bounds right around the 37 or 33-yard line, right?
Ransom pulled out by Sean Petway.
Are they giving him the 33? Yes, so they're giving him an 8-yard gain.
So they used that stack to kind of spread the Mountain Lions out. They pump faked that way and ran back the other way.
So Hollidaysburg again, a quick handoff to Ransom. He's not going much, but he will get enough to get the 1st down.
He was pretty much stopped, but he got hit from behind. It bounced him forward over to 35 and gave the Tigers a 1st down.
We'll actually make that to the 36.
Gain of 3.
So this time Hollidaysburg is looking over before coming to the line.
And Hollidaysburg, they get a couple 1st downs. They run that no huddle. The goal is to try to gas the Mountain Lion defense. And
Rossman rolls, and he throws it directly into one of the Altoona guys' hands. Delantry played great defense because he knocked it out.
Hardison was right there, and Delatre knocked it out of Hardison's hands, and then it was almost intercepted.
What's the number behind? That's 26, which I had as Brendel because that's what his number was.
Oh, is it 26?
Well, Hardison was the initial, but then right behind him.
Oh, trying to intercept it.
Yeah.
My 55-year-old eyes aren't helping me out sometimes in certain situations.
So 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Zach Reimer was coming on that one, and he just got his nose over the line. And in high school, you can't get back. So once you cross the line, that's it. So
there's another penalty by the Mountain Lions. You go from 1st and 10 or a 2nd and 10 now to a 2nd and 5. There's a pass over the middle. This time Berkey catches it, runs backwards, but he does have enough. Exactly.
Like it's right in front of us. He did not have enough for the 1st down, by the way. The ball never made it past the line to gain. The official ran up to spot it, and he gave it to him. So it is what it is, but there's no replay in high school. And it's hard to see unless you're looking right down the line, which we happen to be on that one.
Rossman's waiting for the snap. Hollidaysburg steps back and gets some more instructions. Rossman will go back, throw it again over the middle. Delantry drops that one. He tried to catch it as he was sitting onto the turf and was not able to hold on, and it popped out.
And I mean, there's plays for Hollidaysburg to make out there. There really is. And you know, there's one example of them not executing. But
again, you have that receiver stack on the right side. That ball got to Rossman a little too quick, and he gets pulled down from behind.
The center was on the wrong snap count. Everybody else kind of stayed still.
And I believe that was Michael Riccio. Was that Riccio? Yes.
Yeah. And I just saw the center beating himself in the head because he knew that he screwed up for Hollidaysburg. So that's exactly what happened. Rossman was very surprised, and it just kind of went in his lap, and he caught it and had nowhere to go.
So now you got a 3rd and 12.
Boy, what a crowd here. I mean, I'm looking around, and, like, it's pretty full.
Yes.
This is about the biggest crowd we've seen in a long, long time.
Both sides are fairly full. And I did like during the the lead up to the game how both these coaching staffs really know each other, and they used to coach with each other and some other things. And Vince Niedermeyer said, the community for the last 2 weeks, it's all been about the Little League World Series. The kids from Hollidaysburg have played against all these kids and everybody else, and the coaches know the different kids playing. I know that 2 Altoona teams went up and were there cheering and, you know, riding the cardboard out in the outfield and everything else. But he says, you know, that was the community coming together for the Little League. But tonight, this is a battle between Altoona and Hollidaysburg.
Absolutely.
For opening night football. So you can't ask for anything more.
And the cross ties are so deep. Harrington, Mr. Harrington, a principal out at Hollidaysburg, is on this staff right here for Altoona. Todd Consiglio is a teacher at Altoona on the Hollidaysburg staff. I mean, it's when we're only a few miles apart, you know, these things happen.
So a good fake handoff and a throw to the outside.
Number 5, Gavin Bell.
Gavin Bell makes a 15-yard gain.
So, you know, Hollidaysburg is doing a decent job through the air here when they get the time and the protection.
So we get the throw over the middle again, and Berkey breaks a tackle. He goes down the sideline in for the touchdown. That's a 40-yard touchdown pass. And there's players that got tied up together around the 25, but I don't see any flags anywhere.
Nope, no flags. A couple Mountain Lions tried to make the tackle and knocked each other off the ball carrier, and Berkey just got free and went all the way for a touchdown. And, you know, would you expect anything different in the Altoona Hollidaysburg game?
So Berkey gets a 40-yard touchdown, and this time there's a penalty. Kick was up and good, and, you know, we talked about the Hollidaysburg kicker, Ben Sanowski, but they jumped early, so they're going to move back 5 yards.
Penalty, free kick.
And it was Berkey's name, Nick.
And the Mountain Lions block it. Ron Mosley got in there, got a paw up, blocked.
On the block of the extra point.
Well, they said Yost. Wasn't that 20? Was it 22?
I couldn't tell.
My eyes are failing me again.
But the
It's 23. It's Bron Mosley.
Okay. So the interesting thing there is, you know, if Hollidaysburg doesn't move on that first one, they're up 7-6. But
Right.
because of the little bit of movement, the next thing you know, we have to turn around, and it's 6-6, 6 minutes to go. So sixes are wild tonight.
Sosnowski has plenty of leg, right? I mean, it's not going to affect him. Well, it affected the lineman on the next play, and Mountain Lions get through with Mosley there, and yeah, what a game so far. 6-6. Each team scores. Each team's blocked an extra point.
And both team scores were basically off a drive with big play. The big play for Hollidaysburg was a 40-yard Nick Berkey reception from Tucker Rossman for the touchdown. The Mountain Lions, Alex Yost only had the 2-yard touchdown, but the play before he had a 64-yard run. So 6-6 and interesting game, and I think this one's going to come down to the wire tonight.
So the Mountain Lions have 6 minutes to go here before halftime. Hollidaysburg will get the ball to start the second half. It would be nice if the Mountain Lions could get down and score.
Drive
here
and score with 2 seconds left.
Yes, that'd be the plan.
So Sanowski is setting up. He's faking a sort of quick kick. Now the team runs out and will line up. Sanowski will come back. The last time he kicked it 67 yards, almost went through the end zone completely. This time it's off, and it's going to be about that same distance, 65. So again, he gets a touchback, and the Mountain Lions will start 1st and 10 at their own 20.
What a weapon in high school to just get a touchback just about any time you want. I mean, that's definitely a weapon to have. Because you can't, even in high school, you cannot go back and run it out. So once it crosses the goal line, it's a touchback, period. So there's nothing you can do about it. College and pro, you can go back and catch it and run it back if you want. But heck, all they do is call fair catches in college and get the ball at the 25. I mean,
anymore, you're correct. So both teams feeling each other out the first couple series, and then both putting the ball in the end zone on the last 2 drives. So the Mountain Lions will line up again. This time they have split either way. Is that Yost? Yost went in motion, tries to get to the outside, and is just swallowed up by 5 different Hollidaysburg players.
Hollidaysburg smelled that out. Not enough blockers out there for the Mountain Lions. Just a traditional toss play there.
16, Isaiah Burkett with the tackle.
So it's a loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11 at the 20-yard line.
Mountain Lions need to get out of their huddle a little bit quicker. We're down to 14 on the clock. They're now just set up. There's a pitch to Hardison. He's trying to get to the corner. He does. And then he gets knocked out of bounds after a gain of 6. So Hardison picks up 6.
Patterson pulled down to number 9, Drew Weiland.
And the Mountain Lions will have a 3rd and 5.
Gain of 6 on the play.
So one thing to remember down the stretch here is the Mountain Lions had to use all 3 timeouts pretty quickly in the first quarter. So they do not have one left.
Traditionally, 3rd and 5 would be a passing down. You would not think so for the Mountain Lions, though.
And the ball is given to Yost. He does turn and break, and ooh.
Very close.
4th and 1. He almost got away and then was quickly pulled down at the last second.
We'll line up and make them use a timeout like you're going to go for it.
Or I'd go for it.
Or just go for it.
So we're in the middle of the second quarter. It is 6-6 here between Altoona and Hollidaysburg. 4 minutes to go, and the Mountain Lions look like they're going to go for it on 4th and 1. They line up, 7 seconds, and somebody jumped. Number 75 came flying over on defense. And Hollidaysburg's trying to say that it was Altoona, but no, the officials agree with Altoona, and they are given the first down on the penalty by Colton Patamonski.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of semi-predicted that, but it didn't look like they were just drawing them. They were going to go for it completely.
Hardison takes it around the end. He gets to the 40. He makes a man miss, gets up to the 50. He's still dancing down the sidelines and gets knocked out at the Hollidaysburg 48. So a gain of 18 on the play. Hardison had some good vision there. He didn't just turn on the speed and run.
Right.
He danced his way and made people miss. And that was a big run. You know, we're going to go back to the Patamonski penalty. He doesn't jump. Altoona's not going for it on 4th. They would have let it run out and then kick. And now the Mountain Lions are in Hollidaysburg territory.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what they would have done, but
Yost gets the ball.
Who knows, right? That'd be really gutsy going for it there. I mean, but it doesn't matter. They jumped, and Mountain Lions are driving the ball now. 3:48 and counting. No timeouts, as you said, but they're okay currently where they're at.
Yost gets a gain of 6.
Gain of 6.
2nd and 4 at the 42. Free wall will bring him out. This time Mosley's behind center. Hardison goes in motion. Mosley gets the ball, breaks through, knocks over the defender, and all the way down to the 29-yard line.
Tough run by Mosley.
So Mosley gets a gain of 13.
gain of 13.
And the Mountain Lions, with 3 minutes to go here in the half, 1st and 10 at the 29. 19 seconds on the clock. Mountain Lions are talking at the line of scrimmage. And then they turn and set. And there's either a motion or a timeout. Homer's walking out, the Lantry, so it looks like it's going to be a timeout, Hollidaysburg.
That's their last one.
Timeout, Hollidaysburg.
Tell you, the sky from here looks awesome with the sort of reddish clouds and everything else.
Right.
I know there could be some more storms, and the one thing you don't want to see, you don't mind the rain, but if you get some lightning, you've got to have everybody clear out for 30 minutes.
That happened at Hollidaysburg one time a few years back. The Altoona Hollidaysburg game out there, I remember.
Well, they did make those announcements ahead of time just to make sure if
Yeah.
something does happen and we do have some lightning.
It's awful. It's bad anytime, but when you have a crowd like this.
The funny thing is, here we are on August 26th, and it feels like it's, in my mind, it almost feels like it's October football, just the way the clouds are and everything else. I know it's 77 degrees down on the field, but it's got that fall football feel to it. The Mountain Lions will line up on 1st and 10. Hand off to Mosley. He hits one kid, bowls him over, and pushes his way forward to get 4. So he's down to, well, they're going to give him the 26. He's down.
Yeah, that play went nowhere and got 3 yards. I mean, that's credit to the offensive line of the Mountain Lions getting a little bit of a push each time, even a play that Hollidaysburg stops.
And the one thing you like about when Mosley runs, he's going to be a bull. He puts his head down and goes.
And the Mountain Lions are, you know, this is our offense, we're running, you stop it. Hollidaysburg, when they run the ball, it's a little more of deception.
Hardison. Freewall will just take it and cap it. So Freewall just followed Hardison through the hole and goes all the way down to the 13 for a gain of 13. So we are now going to be under 2 minutes here soon.
I mean, that was a perfect read by Freewald. Interior lineman for Hollidaysburg was through and right on Yost. So he pulls it out of his belly and keeps it himself.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
150 and running.
Freewall under center. Yost behind him. Reed in motion. And that's on the back judge. I don't know if that's an offense or a defense. It looks like it's going to be offense, and it's going to move backwards. So it'll now be 1st and 15 from the 18. And with no timeouts, that's going to be big.
Altoona, number 75. Repeat the down.
So they're going to walk it off. They're going to try to walk it off. They're taking it from the 15. Oh, there it goes, the 18. Thank you.
You don't often see that from back there.
So the clock is running, and you just lost 20, 25 seconds, and now you're lined back up again, and you're still in your huddle. So they have not run a play since about 2:06. We're down to 125. Freewall is in shotgun. Hardison comes across. Freewall steps back. And down the sideline, Betwee goes up. And the defender basically faced him, jumped up, didn't even look at the ball. But it is incomplete, so the clock does stop. It's 2nd and...
For Tyson Reed.
2nd and 15.
2nd down at 15.
Is that Isaiah Berkey? He's all over the field for Hollidaysburg. He has been everywhere.
No, they don't have a timeout.
Nope.
They're still in the huddle at 4,
Nope.
3.
Nope.
They got it off somehow.
Do you notice, well, Yost tries to get to the outside and then runs out of bounds. But do you notice our clocks go 3, 2, 0?
Well, they skip. The time is correct, but occasionally it sticks and skips a number. Right.
So now it's 3rd and 13 as Yost is only able to pick up 1 yard.
3rd down and 14.
So here's where you have to have the kicker ready. If you get tackled before the sticks, you bring the kicker straight out. You don't have any timeouts left, and you go ahead and kick the ball.
They've been in their huddle a little too long, and now they have to rush to get to the line of scrimmage. We've got 3 seconds again. There's the snap. Freewall drops back, throws it up to Reed, and it looks like, is it picked off? No, he's out
of the end zone.
Yep, he was out of the end zone. He didn't come down in the end zone. So it's 4th down, and they are going to bring out Palilla.
By number 7, Nick Bucky.
Yeah, they're all over. They're all over that play. Mountain Lions have to throw it underneath and do some other things if they want that to be open.
So 55 seconds. This time, Palilla is going to try a 34-yard field goal. He's lining up again. They have 12 seconds, so they're fine time-wise. Snap is up. Kick is away, and I think it's good. So the Mountain Lions take a 9-6 lead with 30 seconds left, and there go our lights. I feel like I'm in the movie E.T. Is it E.T.? No. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. No, sorry.
Yep.
I'll let that one go.
That's for anybody who's over 50 knows that movie.
Yep.
But, yeah, I mean, you know, successful drive. You'd like to get a touchdown out of that, but hey, you'll take the points, you'll take the lead. Now Hollidaysburg's been throwing the ball here. It's not they don't have any timeouts, but they've been throwing the ball. We'll see if they try to do anything here. Probably depends a lot on their field position after this kickoff.
Well, Palilla with a 34-yard kick gives the Mountain Lions a lead just before half. And I'll tell you what, he has some leg this year more than he had last year. I can see him kicking, in a Division II, Division 1A type system. So Palilla will set the ball up. The last time he kicked it down to about the 8-yard line. Hollidaysburg ran it out to the 25. This time he lines up. The kick is up again, about the same distance. It's taken directly up the middle, and there's nothing there, and he's knocked out right at the 20-yard line. 44 seconds and no timeouts. Hollidaysburg will take over.
By Isaiah Burkett.
So Isaiah Burkett on that return, and Mosley with the stop. Good job with the Mountain Lion cover team.
So the no timeouts are going to be key here. Hollidaysburg is going to go back right to the throwing. They've got trips to the left and one receiver again to the right. The pass is short to the right and dropped.
Incomplete.
Ball was thrown behind by Rossman. That is Hollidaysburg's 18th pass of the evening. 7 for 18, 128 yards, and that touchdown. And the big conversion there was that 40-yard touchdown. 41 seconds, 2nd and 10. Going to be a draw to Ransom. He makes one cut and picks up about 6 yards. Going to mark it at the 27, so we'll give him 7 yards. But the bad thing is they're down to 20 seconds with no timeouts, and they're taking their time coming up.
An incomplete might make them have to punt here.
Right. So Rossman goes back. He throws it into the flat. The Lantry catches it at the 35 and goes out of bounds. So a gain of 8.
That's that big cushion again. And what you don't want is anybody to get behind you in this case. So, I mean, the cushion isn't a horrible thing right there. But 7 seconds left.
This is probably going to be the last play of the first half. Twins each side. Rossman's going to try to get some time to get to the outside. He throws it deep and over top of everybody. And we're down to 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Coach Niedermeyer's yelling up at the timer, saying, how can you stop the clock with 2 seconds on our home field?
Sometimes that's me down there, but not tonight. I'm up here, so that's not me.
And we have a penalty.
It's got to be an illegal substitution that early, right?
I don't know. I think they're just picking it up.
Maybe he miscounted.
Disregard the flag.
Disregard the flag.
He miscounted. He thought there was too many people.
He thought Altoona didn't. Yeah. And here's a pass out in the flat again. That's dropped, and that is the end of the time. Altoona goes into the locker room with a 9-6 lead. We'll quickly go through and take a look at some things. So we have Alex Yost open the scoring in the second quarter. He went 64 yards down to the 2 and then followed it up with a 2-yard run. The extra point was blocked. Hollidaysburg got the ball, drove right down the field, completing 6 of 8 passes. And they finished it off with a Nick Berkey 40-yard pass from Tucker Rossman. They kicked it through first time, but there was a penalty, so when they backed it up, that kick was blocked also. So it was 6-6 at that point. Altoona got the ball back, drove down, and with a little over a minute left to go, Ian Palilla kicked a 30-yard field goal. And the Mountain Lions take the 9-6 lead into half. With that, we are going to take a break, and we are going to go to MLTV and a look at the bands.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the field the Hollidaysburg Area Senior High Golden Tiger Marching Band as they present their 2022 halftime show On the High Seas, featuring Golden Tiger featured twirler Emily Deal and drum major Neo Chen. Vocal soloist is Paula Detchell, guitar soloist is Bill Steiner, and trumpet soloist is Jack Bailey. Sit back and enjoy the show.
This was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The wind through her bow lift down, oh blow, my bully boys blow.
Director Scott Sheehan, Assistant Director and Drumline Instructor Brandon Harris, Major Ed Advisor Aaron Yeager, Dance Skill Advisor Elizabeth Vintage, Silk Instructor Amy Sheehan, and Music Instructors Scott Poppel, Deanna Herb, and Emily Rouser. The band would like to thank the Hollidaysburg Area Board of Directors and Administration, as well as the Hollidaysburg Arts and Music Parents Association for their continued support of music in our schools.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the Altoona Area High School Marching Band under the direction of Drum Major Julia McCauley, assisted by Sergeant Holliday Spaniel. The Majorette is led by Captain Danielle Bartolang, assisted by Co-Captain Abby Bensimer. The Silks are led by Captain Kiara Flanagan, assisted by Co-Captain Michaela Edders. The feature Majorette is Emma Sheridan. This year's marching band theme is love. All of the song titles contain the word love. Tonight, the marching band opener is Accidentally in Love, followed by You Give Love a Bad Name. Marching Band, Majorette and Silk, to join with us to present our closing collection, We Don't Talk About Bruno. And now, on Altoona. Staff, student teachers, Saban Fisher, music staff assistants, Kelly Myers and Anastasia Hall, health advisor, Lisa Moore, majorette advisor, Kelly Detweiler, percussion advisor, Mike Baker, band assistant, Drew Yingling, band director, Larry Detweiler.
We are back at Mansion Park Stadium. At halftime, Altoona has a 9-6 lead on Hollidaysburg to start the 2022 football season. So what do we think about the first half, Chris?
Well, I mean, fairly evenly matched. Altoona doing it on the ground, Hollidaysburg doing it through the air. A few mistakes hurt each team in certain situations. Mountain Lions had a turnover there early. Hollidaysburg didn't take advantage of it. Mountain Lions had a big, huge push in the back penalty on a run that took them down to the 1-yard line, took them back to the 20, consequently missed a field goal, so that was a missed opportunity. But you know, both teams score a touchdown on a big play or a big play right before it, you know, in the drive, and get the extra point blocked. The only difference is the Mountain Lions made a field goal towards the end of the half, and that's the difference, 9-6.
Well, one of the big things is the offense, and we know that Altoona is going to run the ball. They have attempted 5 passes at this point. They are 1 for 5 for 1 yard. However, they have run for 224 yards in the first half. Obviously, the big run, that 64-yard run by Yost, he has 79. Reed has 7 carries for 57. Mosley has 2 for 20 or 3 for 23. Harrison has 41 yards on 4 carries, and then Freewalt even has 24 yards on 4 carries. So there's 5 different Mountain Lions that have 25 yards or more, and they are doing their damage when they run, and they run inside and off tackle. On the other side of the ball, Hollidaysburg, Rossman has thrown 19 times, has completed 10 of the 19 for 136 yards in the touchdown. The first couple times, he didn't get too much yardage, but then the big touchdown drive, he was working it between Delantry and Berkey, and then finally the 40-yard touchdown pass to Berkey. So the second half is going to come down to who controls the ball and who's able to do what they want to do. Is it going to be Altoona's run or Hollidaysburg's pass? And then on the other side, is there going to be penalties and turnovers?
And what kind of adjustments are these teams going to make? Hollidaysburg's going to have to do something to stop the run, bring more guys into the box to stop that run of the Mountain Lions. And the Mountain Lions are going to have to do a little more press coverage. They can't continue to give that big cushion, and it's an easy pitch and catch is what it is for Hollidaysburg. So we'll see who makes the adjustments here, and we'll see right away here as Hollidaysburg gets the ball to start the second half, how the Mountain Lions are going to attack that passing game of Hollidaysburg that's been somewhat successful here in the first half.
So with that, looking ahead again next week, Mountain Lions will play Friday night against Altoona out of the Pittsburgh City League. And, you know, that should be another game for the Mountain Lions to prepare for the Mid-Penn. And we, tonight at halftime, saw the junior high band playing with the Altoona High School band for a couple songs. And then next week, we're going to see all of the AFL and the younger cheerleaders from elementary, as next week is elementary night. You need to remember that the elementary students get in for free as long as the parent comes in, buys a ticket to the game. So a great crowd tonight. The 50-50 was over $1,200 from what they told me down in the score booth at halftime. So, you know, just looking around, it's great to have this type of setup and have, you know, full crowds and everything else that we really haven't seen in about 4 years.
Yeah, it really is. This is the biggest crowd in quite some time we've had, and tremendous night. Rained a little bit early, but hopefully we're going to escape that the rest of the night here and have a great second half of football.
So Palilla is set to kick. Again, he's going to hit it right about the same point. It comes down to the 6-yard line, and they try to run that block up the middle. This time there's a little bit of a crack. He comes through and all the way out to the 40-yard line. And I believe, was that Brady Steiner? Was that number 12?
It's either 10 or 18.
There is an injury at the 25 for Hollidaysburg, and there is a penalty at the end of the play. 16.
Isaiah Burkett.
Isaiah Burkett.
Which
he's been all over the field.
We've said his name many times, right? That's not surprising.
So it looks like there will be a penalty against Hollidaysburg as the officials are set to walk things off, but they are waiting to attend to the injured player.
Timeout for an injury. Also on the return, 5-yard face pass against Altoona.
Wow.
First down, Hollidaysburg.
Okay, so it goes the other way. It'll go out to the 45.
That's great field position for Hollidaysburg here to start this opening drive of the second half out at the 45-yard line.
And the player who's down really has not moved much. They have the medical staffs from both teams out there taking a look. Good thing is he's able to sit up. So we're going to try to figure out who Hollidaysburg plays next week. I had the list here, so I'm going to try to pull it back up. Week 2. Hollidaysburg will play Allegheny of Maryland. So Allegheny will come up and play in the county seat.
This looks like number 71, Jefferson McCoy of Hollidaysburg. He's up walking off on his own power, so that's good to see.
Tonight around the area.
Allegheny's very tough. That's usually Allegheny and Fort Hill, two teams that are traditionally pretty good and always give Hollidaysburg fits.
Well, Coach Delantry was saying how strong of a schedule they have this year. So they're hoping to be battle tested before going into the playoffs. But the other big game in 6A is Williamsport is at State College tonight. So it'll be interesting to see if we can find out that score before the end of the evening. Handoff up the middle. This time I believe that is Burkett, number 16. That's his first carry of the night, and I don't know if he got back to the line of scrimmage. It does not look like it, so we'll make it a loss of 1. And we got 2nd and 11. That same trips formation. I think it's funny, you know, as math people, Chris, all 4 receivers are 3, 5, 7, 9. So they're all odd numbers.
Yep.
You got 3 on the one side and 5, 7, 9 on this side. That's Delantry coming across on an end around. He breaks one tackle from Betwee, picks up about 5 yards. I think they're going to give him 6 to the 50-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Good thing they ran the ball because the one receiver covered the other receiver. So if he would have been ineligible for a pass. They shifted each other around and they did the wrong thing and covered each other.
Well, on a 3rd and 5, motion man comes across. It's a pass over the middle, and it is cut off.
Incomplete.
By Reed.
Intended for Berkey there.
But I believe it was hit by one of the linebackers before Reed cut in front. So we now have 4th and 5.
I think they're going to kick it.
They're bringing their punter out for the first time tonight. We actually do not even know the number of the punter because it was not given to us pregame. Looks like, is it number 1?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Sinowski. He kicks and he punts. So Hollidaysburg will line up the punt. 10:36 to go in the 3rd. Altoona holding on to a 9-6.
The Mountain Lions have their defense actually out there in a safe mode and just sent one single safety back.
Sinowski gets a great kick off, and it's a high ball up in the air. And Reed tries to fake out the defense, but the ball hits at the 5 and bounces backward and will be knocked down at the 10. So great 40-yard punt by Sinowski. He got the bounce to go backwards instead of into the end zone. And the Mountain Lions will take over, looking at 90 yards of field in front of them.
Yeah, I mean, if there would have been somebody down there, they could have downed it like the 4 or 5 yard line, but the ball kicked back. He actually outkicked his coverage a little bit there and gave the Mountain Lions a little bit of room. And Reed's hoping he called that fair catch and the ball will bounce into the end zone, and it did not do that.
So we just got a State College halftime score against Williamsport. Williamsport 0, State College 42.
Wow.
So Reed tries to go a sort of reverse around the end, and he will only get a yard. So it's now 2nd and 9.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
He has that was the first time we saw Reed kind of hesitate there. He hesitated and didn't just like turn it up and make a commitment. He didn't see that he had anything. But if you turn it up and make your commitment, you get 4 or 5 out of that instead of dancing and get the 1. Broken play. Freewold falls ahead for another yard. Yeah, definitely miscommunication there. He was looking for somebody to either fake the handoff to or give the handoff to, and there was nobody there.
He was able to pick up a yard, but at the same time, that was not what the Mountain Lions expected. I think he was looking for a dive, and Yost went a little bit off tackle, so there was nobody there to hand to, and Freewall just took it and fell forward for another yard. So 3rd and 8 on the 12. Shotgun, Freewall goes back. He's throwing over the middle, and he had an open receiver.
Just floated it too much. He was wide open all day to get it to him, but the ball just floated in the air and allowed Berkey to come in and break that one up.
Berkey broke it up, but before that, the ball got into the pads and bounced off the pads. It was not, the receiver couldn't hold on to it in his hands. And I'm trying to look at that number because that was a number we didn't see yet tonight. I think that was Colton Height. And Palillo will go back to kick on his own, out of his own end zone. Good kick. He gets it off. Low line drive. It's going to take a bounce and keep rolling. And it's off the Hollidaysburg receiver, but I believe he was able to fall back on it at the 40.
That was very fortunate.
Yeah, he was trying to do a little bit too much. He probably should have let it go. And it bounced off his knee, and he dove back forward and was able to get on it before the 4 Mountain Lions that were around him.
Drew Weiland, I think.
Punt, 3-yard return.
So Hollidaysburg will take over in the Mountain Lions territory. 1st and 10 on the 40. A couple other games. There's a backyard brawl down in Tyrone and Bellwood tonight. At the half, Tyrone 21-6.
That's always a big game. Another huge rivalry.
Hollidaysburg is short a man, so he comes running out late because I could have been from that injury. 2 running backs, the first time we've seen tonight. The ball hands off.
Number 40.
I believe that was Ransom.
Yeah, I was thinking it was Ransom.
And
Lost yardage a little bit there.
He did lose 1 yard. I thought he was going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
With the initial hit. Elijah Ransom on the carry. That's a loss of 1, 2nd down and 11.
So the last series, they actually ran the ball twice and threw an incomplete pass. This series, they start out with a run. See if they put it up here on 2nd down.
They're going to try to hit Berkey over the middle. And is that pick? No. Great play by Yost. Yost made a diving attempt and blocked it. Was not able to pick it off, but great play there by Alex Yost. And we're at 3rd and 11. So both offenses right now stalling a little bit. 8:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. 9-6 Mountain Lions.
Down at 11.
We go back to the Twins, both sides. Fake the handoff, quick pass to Delantry on a. Basically, he's just doing about an 8-yard and cut across the middle, and he's able to catch the ball and run down to the 23. So that's an 18-yard gain.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't. There's no sense of urgency for the D-backs. They need to press, and they're just backtracking and giving a big cushion, and Hollidaysburg is taking advantage of it.
5 catches, 62 yards for Delantry.
Jameer Hardison on the stop with number 40.
Ransom
with a 7-yard gain. Are we going to give him?
On the delay, big hole.
Gain of 7.
Again, Hollidaysburg is coming to the line fast. Going to throw out into the flat, and Ransom drops the ball.
Incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
3rd down and about
3rd and 3. So the interesting thing is they are definitely in field goal range, but if it's close enough, do you go for the first or do you go for the tie? 7:18 still to go, so there's a lot of time left in the game. Third quarter. Rossman gets set. Snap, he looks to throw out into the flat, and it is caught, and a great tackle out in the flat. I believe that was Berkey who caught the ball, and as he caught the ball, he got tackled hard right at the 15-yard line. So a gain of 1, so it's still 4th and 2, and I believe Sanowski is coming out, so he's going to attempt a 32-yard field goal.
Is that Tyson Reed on that hit?
I believe it was.
Branson Adams on the stop, 4th down.
The kick is up, and that is, I believe, good. So we are back to tie, 9-9, 6:34 to go. That ball went through from 32, but it could have probably been good from 50. That ball was crushed.
Yes, he has a very strong leg. Mountain Lions off to a very rough start here in this second half. All the pressure on them. Not able to move the ball in their only possession. Gave Hollidaysburg great field position when they punted it back, and Hollidaysburg takes advantage of that to put the 3 on the board to tie it up.
Well, the key also was Hollidaysburg's punt from the 50 all the way down to the 10, and it took the bounce for Hollidaysburg. So the Mountain Lions were backed up and just, couldn't get the first down, couldn't do what they wanted to do. So now we'll get a kickoff. The chances are it's going to go into the end zone, which would put the Mountain Lions out at the 20.
It might get to the point someday down the road where it's like the intentional walk. Just send them to first, don't go through it. Well, just put the ball at the 20. We're going to kick it in the end zone. Once you've done it 3, 4, 5 times in a row, like, it can be automatic the rest of the way. I mean,
Hollidaysburg likes to fake the onside kick to start. So the Mountain Lions have their 5 front men from hash to hash. Now they will widen out and go to their normal spots. Sanowski will line up to kick. It's booted away, and it's in the end zone again.
And that line will start at the
So each
20-yard
kick has
line,
been
1st and
67,
10.
64, 65. So, that's always, like you said, in high school, if you can get a leg that's going to put the ball in the end zone every time, and you don't have to worry about run backs or, people starting at their 40.
yeah, what a weapon.
That is a great weapon.
And like Hollidaysburg started this first drive of this half at the 45-yard line because they got a good return. Well, if you have a guy who puts it in the end zone every time, you don't have to worry about that, right? So, that's a big weapon to have.
So Mountain Lions come out in their regular offense. Is that Yost or Mosley? Yost tries to cut it out. He cuts back through the middle, and he almost breaks it, but he ends up getting 14 yards. So Yost's first carry of the second half, he almost goes.
And you mentioned it earlier. I mean, he's a fullback. He runs with power, but he has vision, and he has good feet. And he made a few people miss on that right there and almost got all the way out of that pack for a big, big gainer.
Yeah, if he breaks that pack, he's probably still going. The broken play from the Mountain Lions, and he'll just lay down. The motion man that time going across, number 28. Or is that 28?
I think it's 28.
And he fell down as he was supposed to take a pitch going around behind Freewalt. So Freewalt just went down and took the 1-yard loss because he had no one to pitch to.
Branson Adams, that's who that was, 28, Branson Adams. Once again, our numerical order list is not in numerical order. It is in alphabetical order by grade. So you got to peruse the whole thing to find numbers here. We'll be better next week. Don't worry.
So Yost gets it again. He takes one step backwards, leans forwards, and he's going to pick up probably 4. So it's going to be a 3rd, and I'm going to say 7 at this point because he came all the way out to the 37.
Yeah, it looks like 3rd and 7, which is a little bit more than they'd like on 3rd down.
Number 7, Nick Perky.
I mean, Altoona wants to throw the ball when they want to throw the ball, not when they have to throw the ball. And that's, you know, here we're at 3rd and 7. They could run it here, I mean, and they may.
So the Mountain Lions will come out. They've got 8 seconds to get this play off. They're basically in tight. And I believe we have a delay of game. Nope. Coach Niedermeyer called a timeout first.
Prior to the delay of game, timeout, Altoona, 1st of the half.
So we'll talk things over. 4:38 to go, 3rd quarter. 9-9 football game here tonight.
I was just kind of curious down there, kind of looking in the huddle to see. I mean, it's got to be from the sideline. Like, it doesn't look like the kids are slowed to the line or anything. I mean, it's got to be just late getting in, whether it's late with signaling or Freewald interpreting the signal and calling the play. It's something that's been happening all night. And you know, like you said earlier, it's the first game. They'll get better at it as they go. The old adage in football is you improve the most from the first to second game, right? I mean, you figure out this is a real first game, so now you're figuring out it's not scrimmage anymore. You're figuring out what you have to adjust and fix and do all that stuff. So
Hardison comes out. They go to a
they're in shotgun.
Shotgun trips to the left, tight end right. Yost is going to go out with the tight end. They're going to throw a little further for Reed, and it just overthrows him. And it is going to be 4th and 4. So a broken play did not go off smooth.
And that was a missed assignment up front. Somebody came through, right through the middle of the line, untouched, which caused Freewald to break the pocket. And that just blew that play up. They almost made something out of nothing on that play, but the Mountain Lions will have to kick it away. And getting a 1st down here at least gets them a little field position out of this.
Reed made a nice adjustment and went to where there was an open spot. Punt goes about 33 yards and a 3-yard return.
Weiland did a good job. You see high school kids not down a little bit there, but you see high school kids not come up and field that a lot of times and let it bounce and they get a big roll. He did a great job fielding it there.
Weiland hurt himself on the run up the middle. He tried to stand up twice and couldn't get up. So I don't know if it's a cramp.
Yep, looks like a cramp.
No, the temperature's at 75 right now. It did get up to about 88.
For an injury.
So they're trying to stretch out his leg. Hollidaysburg has good field position again. They've had good field position this whole second half. The Mountain Lions have had 2 offensive series. Both of them ended in punts. Hollidaysburg had 1 end in a punt and a 32-yard field goal to tie up the score.
Yeah, that's where you'd like to have your guy boom about a 50-yarder to flip the field a little bit for you, and he didn't get the best punt off. And as I said, great job by Weiland coming up and catching that on the fly. Probably could have saved his team 15 yards or so, because that was that kind of low liner that was probably gonna bounce and roll quite a bit.
So Weiland is working his way to the sideline.
He's listed as an ATH on their roster, just an athlete.
Well, he has to go off for at least 1 play. So we're going to have issues because we're not going to have all 4 odd numbers. At least we know where the new guy is, right? Well, you got Berkey lining up on the left this time. Rossman is back. Handoff to Ransom. He gets a run, and he just gets some steam and carries some Mountain Lions. And I believe he's going to pick up 9, or is he going to get the whole 10? They're only going to give him 9.
Evan Booth on the stop of Elijah
So
Ransom.
Ransom will now give them a 2nd and 1 at the Altoona Mountain Lion 49-yard line. 3:57 to go, third quarter.
2nd and 1.
Rossman waits for the snap. Fake. Oh no, he does give it to Ransom, and he breaks through, and he breaks 2 tackles and down to the 31. So Hollidaysburg is picking up some big runs here. They get 17 on that last one. That's their biggest run of the night. And Hollidaysburg is knocking again. Berkey is lined up outside, and there's a bad snap, and the ball's loose. And one of the Hollidaysburg linemen somehow came up with the ball.
Unbelievable. That's the way the ball is bounced. That's
40. That's Ransom. He was blocking and somehow turned around and got it.
40, Elijah Ransom.
So now,
a couple times the ball's been on the turf, and Hollidaysburg has got it back now here in the second half.
so that was a -7 on the bad snap.
Loss of 8 on the play. 2nd and 18.
Rossman rolls. He throws in the flat, and it is picked off by Hardison. Hardison gets the first turnover for the Mountain Lions, and they will get the ball at their own 39. Great read. Great read by Hardison. He actually looked like he was the receiver as he broke to the outside and cut in front of Delantry and picked off the ball.
Yeah, it was a great read. Good play.
Well, can the Mountain Lions cash in on this? They've got good field position. Will they go back to their basic offense? Hardison goes around. Fake handoff. Freewall keeps it. Somebody was tackling Yost, and Freewall went right by, and is going to pick up 7, maybe 8 yards. It's at the 46, so we're going to give him 8.
Yep.
2nd and 2.
It's all about that read. He read the fact that Yost had nowhere to go. He pulls it out of his belly, keeps it himself, makes a positive play out of that.
This time Reed goes in motion, and Yost did get the ball. He got 1, but I don't think he got 2.
No, they're stopping it.
It's going to be close. Where are they going to put it?
Alex Yost on the carry.
They're putting it
First,
right.
they called it first down.
First down, gain of 2.
That was close.
So the gain of 2 gives Yost a 99 on the night. He's got 9 carries, 99 yards.
And a first down for Altoona.
Reed goes in motion, option. Freewall keeps it, cuts up, cuts back to the outside. He's going down the left sideline inside the 30, and he runs out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Woo, that's a big run. That is a 28-yard run for Freewall.
Yeah, it was nice, good vision, good cut. Same thing again, pulls the ball out of Yost's belly and just takes off.
So 1st and 10 at the 24. We're down to 1:33 to go in the third quarter. 9-9 between Hollidaysburg and Altoona. Mountain Lions come up to the line. Twins to the right. Dive up the middle to Yost. He breaks it out and then cuts back up and gets down to about the 20.
Take 4 every time on that.
So he'll get 4. He'll go over 100 yards. He now has 103.
Need touchdowns here for the Mountain Lions.
Alex Yost on the carry.
So when the Steelers go inside the 20, do we call it the Heinz red zone still?
I guess not Heinz. Yeah.
That was so perfect, though. Catch
It was.
up, red zone.
It was perfect.
Everything matched.
Now it's Accusure red zone, which I don't even know what that is, but anyway.
So the Mountain Lions 2nd and 6. Handoff coming around the end. This time Reed takes it and turns back the other way. He'll get down to about the 17. And then he's thrown backwards to the 21.
Tyson Reed pulled down by number 40.
Up, they're going to mark him at the
Elijah
18,
Ransom.
so he gets 2 yards.
Gain of 2, 3rd down and 4.
27 on the clock. The offense needs to get some plays in quickly. It's 20 on the clock. They're still waiting for the call. 21 seconds. This could be the last play of this quarter. 3rd and a long 4. 13 seconds. There's the play. It's a reverse option, and Freewall gets tackled.
And they were out there on the pitch man. They had that play well defended, Hollidaysburg did.
There were 2 pitchmen. They were both there.
And
we're going to give them a loss of a yard, so it's going to be 4th and 5. The clock just ran out, end of the 3rd quarter.
so big decision here. Coach Niedermeyer probably will take the 3 or attempt the 3, right? You can't just take the 3 in high school.
2 more Hollidaysburg players are down with cramps. So there's 2 trainers, one working on each of their left legs. Not that that matters. Can't believe we're at the end of the 3rd quarter already. It's only 9 o'clock. This has been a long first game. We're usually used to being down in the last couple minutes at the full 2 hours.
Right.
But with the
long halftime,
all of the extra passing, though Hollidaysburg is only thrown, well, they've thrown 24 now, so they've thrown 5 in the 2nd half. Mountain Lions have thrown 7. So on a 4th and 5, do we see Palilla going out?
We do. The kicker is on his way out.
So is it on the left hash, right hash, or sort of towards the middle? Officials haven't fully got over
It's
yet.
on the hash, left hash.
So this will be a 35-yard kick. That's a little tight. That's only 6 yards.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's pressure up the middle. Okay, they move it back.
36-yard attempt.
26 or 36-yard attempt.
He has plenty of leg for this.
Hollidaysburg overloads the middle. There's the snap. It's a clean snap and down. Kick is up and 36-yard field goal for Ian Palilla.
Good.
Mountain Lions take a 9-6 lead.
12-9.
12-9, sorry. Yeah, I just subtracted 3 from each team. And there go our lights. First time we see it in the darkness. That is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
They have those type of lights now at most minor league baseball stadiums. But watching that, it's interesting to see. So Palilla gives the Mountain Lions the lead back after it was tied up with Sanoski's 32. Palilla goes 36.
Puts the pressure back on the defense now to stop. You'd like to see 6 on that drive, but hey, you'll take the lead anytime, and you'll go from there, right? So Mountain Lions have to defend the kickoff. Do not give Hollidaysburg that good field position out near the 40-yard line like they did before.
So is the ball going to end up at the same area? Both kickers have kicked it, to the same points. Sanoski's kicks have been about 8 to 10 yards deeper, but they've both been to about the same exact point on the field. A little set. Kick is off. This one goes back a little deeper to the 3. run up the middle and tackled at the 24-yard line, and there's a penalty. That's behind the play.
Yeah, that was late.
So I don't know if that's a block in the back. A couple people are not moving, getting up too quickly from the pile. Now they just did separate.
On the return, holding on the receiving team, number 54, 10-yard penalty, first down.
That's a big penalty for Hollidaysburg. I believe that's only their either second or third, but that will back them up to about the 11-yard line.
Jack Reimer and Colin Hyde on that stop on the return. By
We're going to say 11 or 12. I'd say 12.
Yeah, 12.
So in the start of the third quarter, Hollidaysburg back the Mountain Lions up to their own 10. To start this fourth quarter, the Mountain Lions have Hollidaysburg back to the 12. It's more of a press defense from the Mountain Lions. They're within 5 yards. There's a pass out in the flat, and the receiver goes low, but I don't know if he came up with it. The officials are looking at each other, and they're going to give him the catch out to the 21. So that's a 9-yard.
Gavin Bell.
I couldn't see from my angle.
Yeah, we couldn't tell.
Christian White on the carry.
So did they get the first down? Yes.
First down. Christian White on the carry. We haven't heard his name.
Yeah, that's a first for him. And he picked up 2. So we're lined up in the same formation we've been all night, twins each way. The pass to Delantry, he runs that same cut pattern and comes in, and this time he's going to get another 10 yards and another first down.
Bet we was closer to closing on him, but
On the stop of Kenny Delatre.
not before Delatre hauled that pass in. You know, they're gonna have to get up in his grill a little bit.
There's a long pass, and the Mountain Lions tried to strip it out. That was just a quick pass. He got behind the defense, and he's going to go from the 34 all the way down to the 20, so that's a 46-yard gain.
46 yards completion.
And just like that, Hollidaysburg is back in business.
Christian White.
There's the dive up the middle. White fumbles the ball. And this time I think Altoona got the ball.
Altoona actually recovered the fumble. That's the third time Hollidaysburg's put it on the ground. Zach Reimer comes up with this one.
Big recovery by Reimer. That ball bounced a couple times, but Reimer came up with it. And the big play just came back. So both turnovers here in the second half go the Mountain Lions' way. Now you need a long drive. 10-14 to go. You just need to keep putting it together. Oh, and Yost breaks out from the crowd.
I don't know how he got out of there. He just
It looked like a rugby match, and then all of a sudden he goes out and around and comes all the way out to the 23.
And like that took so long that, you know, he was in danger of being blown down, I mean, by the officials because his momentum was stopped. But he managed to get out there, get a first down for the Mountain Lions. Great second effort by Alex Yost.
So 1st and 10 at the 23. Altoona's got a little breathing room. 9:47 to go in the game. Hand off to Yost again. This time I don't think he's breaking out of there, and he'll gain 1 yard to the 24. So I was going to say just before that fumble that Hollidaysburg, after that last pass, has now gone to 220 yards passing. So Rossman is 15 for 27 for 220 yards and a touchdown.
It's a lot of quick passes. You know, not yards per attempt aren't up there really. That's less than 10 yards per attempt, but you know, very effective. The Mountain Lions are going to give those cushions.
So what's the penalty? They're going to say 2 men were moving. Why is the official? Is that Delantry on the field? Who's on the field? Are they calling a timeout?
Tyson Reed. Stop by Drew Wyland.
I don't know, but he's been on the field a lot actually.
Okay, on the
Injury
play.
timeout. Also in the last play, we had 2 men in motion at the same time. Penalty is declined. 3rd down.
So the running play by Reed is a 0 gain. It is declined. So it's 3rd and 10. 8:51. The clock should start once the injury is over. So the clock should keep running. The Mountain Lions should get a true 40-second clock, or are they going to make it a 25?
It should be 40 after an injury. Another cramp.
So they do set the clock at 40. It's 3rd and 9 at the 24. Are the Mountain Lions feeling forced to throw, or are they going to attempt one of their normal running plays, and if they don't get the 9 yards, go ahead and kick it? Again, 12-9, Altoona in the lead, 8:51 to go, 3rd quarter. Mountain Lions line up in that tight formation. Reed moves. Yost gets the ball, gets driven backwards. Did Yost get it? Or did Freewall not get the play off? There's another injury or cramp on Hollidaysburg. So he's going to have to leave.
I didn't see what happened.
I think Freewall kept the ball and got tackled for a 2-yard loss. So 4th and 11. Hollidaysburg doesn't have enough men on the field. They've snapped it for play. Harrington
Line drive right to him.
Kicks the ball off. There was a block in the back. Tackled by Reimer right away, but he actually got blocked in the back right into the running back.
Zach Reimer made a nice play there on the coverage.
So Hollidaysburg has the ball, 1st and 10 on the 50. 7:59 to go. Somebody's calling timeout.
Timeout. Hollidaysburg.
There's more cramping as some of the Altoona guys are coming off same sort of way with a tight. So I can't see how many timeouts left. Each has 2.
Yep, each has 2.
That's strange. Altoona still has 2 left.
Yeah. So we're, what, 7:59 to go here. Long way to go. Mountain Lions have to play some defense. They have to find a way to defend the pass here.
So that is the key, the big play here. Can the defense come up? The offense gave them the lead. The defense came up big on the last series with Zach Reimer's fumble recovery. The series before that, they had a nice interception by Hardison. So can the defense create some more magic here and and get the Mountain Lions the ball back. So the Mountain Lions will go out and get set for defense. Hollidaysburg looks like they're going the same formation. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Mountain Lions are sort of in a press, so they're man-to-man. There's the handoff to Ransom. He breaks to the outside. He comes and gets a first down. He'll get an 11-yard gain.
Yeah, just that delay. That works very well when you're throwing the football.
Again, that defensive middle and linebackers need to stop. There's Ransom again. He'll just go up the middle. This time he gets 6. No, he'll get 4. He got tackled a little earlier.
Xavier Deuce in on the play. The Mountain Lions.
So 2nd and 6. 7:26. Clock is moving. Hollidaysburg is driving. Mountain Lions with a 3-point lead. Ransom takes it again. This time he gets 2. So it's going to be 3rd and 4. And at this point, it would be a 50-yard field goal, so I don't believe Hollidaysburg will kick. They would go for it if they don't get the first down.
3rd down and 4.
Rossman calls, tried a hard count to get somebody to jump. Nobody moved. There's the snap. He steps back. He looks to the outside. He's got his man. This time it's Berkey. He's down to the 23-21.
I mean, I just watched the back pedal, and that's the way the Mountain Lions are playing. It's not Tyson Reed's fault. It's the strategy. He backpedaled 15 yards at the snap, and Berkey just ran right into the gap where he was and stood with nobody around him.
So Hollidaysburg has 3 receivers over 60 yards each. There's the handoff to Ransom, but there is a penalty. I don't think they were set before they went.
Start.
You have the
Left
motion
tackle,
penalty.
5-yard penalty.
So it'll move it back to the 26. 1st and 15. Ball is set. They waved to move the clock. The clock is not moving yet. There's a pass to the outside.
Deflected.
And it was,
somebody got a piece of it.
Pass intended for number 9. Drew Weiland.
I thought that last one Manny Miller I mean, it must have went through his hands. Like he was up in the air the previous play, and the ball got out.
2nd and 15 at the 26. You're probably right now in the range of Sanowski, I would say from 45 in. So it would be about a 43 at this point. Fake handoff and
a sack.
A big sack.
Manny Miller.
Manny Miller with the big sack there as the ball's now all the way back to the 35-yard line.
We haven't said his name in a while. In 2 consecutive plays, we mentioned Manny Miller. That was a big sack, big play.
3rd bunch.
3rd and a whole bunch.
3rd and 24. So Hollidaysburg, you know you have 2 plays. There's 5:40 to go. You still have 2 timeouts.
Mountain Lions brought pressure with that extra.
Trips on the one side. He's going to roll into the trips. He's going to look over the middle, and he hits his receiver and he drops the ball.
Berkey's had a great game today, and that was just a big drop right there. Would have set them up with a decent chance at a field goal.
So now it's 4th and 24. 5:35 to go in the game.
We're looking at 52 yards from here. They're saying no.
They're not going to try it.
And he could make it. We've seen his leg, right?
I agree he can make it, but
they're not going to try.
They're going to go for the 4th and 24. The Mountain Lions defense, they have 4 guys that are 15 yards back. They go back. There's the snap. They're looking deep left over the middle, and it falls short.
Incomplete.
And the Mountain Lions will take over on downs.
That sack was huge. The sack changed the whole momentum of the drive, and Hollidaysburg not able to advance the ball there and even get into field goal range, and the Mountain Lions take over.
And they have the ball to 35.
How about a 5.5 minute drive here, huh? Kill the clock.
That would be nice. I'll just take a first down at a time.
All right, so Hollidaysburg has made some adjustments and has done a good job on the last couple series stopping the run of the Mountain Lions.
Oh, up the middle. There's the first down.
There's the first down.
And is that Yost?
That's Yost.
So Yost not only picks up a first down, he'll go for, we'll give him 12 to the 47. 5:25, and the clock will move as soon as the ball is set. Why are we running fast? So they're going to slow down a little. They're down to 18 seconds. First and 10 once again. Reed in motion. Yost gets the handoff. He'll go up forward for at least 3, and it looks like they're going to stop him right at the 50.
Carry number 75, Colin Panamonski with the tackle.
4:42 on a running clock.
Mountain Lions taking their time, bleeding as much clock as possible. Ten on the play clock now.
They get set. Give it to Yost again. This time he breaks tackle, and he gets tackled low. He only picks up 50 down to the 47, so is that another 3?
Another 3. 3rd and 4, which is what they're after. These are the things that they look for.
The one thing I'd like to see is just still cut it right up. If he doesn't try to outrun that man, he picks up at least another 3-4 yards.
Right.
So 3:48. 3rd and 4. Freewall talks to Yost. He goes back under center. Gets it off, gives it to Yost. Yost cuts forward and gets at least 4, and actually he gets 7.
Another big first down for the Mountain Lions.
142 on the clock, or 142 yards rushing for Yost tonight on 16 carries. But he's been the man on this drive as he's picked up 2 first downs now.
I wish there was 142 on the clock. 3:22 in running.
So the Mountain Lions will snap this right around 3:05. There's an issue with getting one of the players off the field. 10 seconds on the clock. 1st and 10. Mountain Lions get set. 5 seconds. They call the play. Give the ball to Reed going right. He's going to cut it up the middle and cut back, and he's going to pick up 7 to 8 yards. I'm going to say actually 8. So Reed gets his biggest run of the second half, and that's a big run because as soon as he saw the opening, he cut it up. And we're down to 2 minutes, 42 seconds. The Mountain Lions do not have to snap it till somewhere right around 2:20. So they're set. They're lining it up. They're under center. Reed goes in motion again and stops. We're down to 11 seconds on the clock. They wanted to see if they can get someone to jump. Freewalt's got to get back underneath. 5 seconds. He's there. Reed goes in motion. Hand off to Yost. Yost goes right up to the middle to the 30, the 25, and he carries guys all the way to the 25.
I think they snuck Mosley in there.
Was that Mosley?
Yeah, that was Mosley. Yost came out.
I did not see that. So Mosley with a great run straight up the middle. He gets 7. The Mountain Lions get another first down. 2:07 on the clock.
Maybe they're bringing Mosley in on short yardage, maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure why they brought Yost out because he was very effective. But Mosley's in there again on 1st and 10. So just probably mixing it up.
Well, Hollidaysburg does have the 2 timeouts. We are now under 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Mountain Lions by 3. Free wall set. Gets the ball. Hands it off. Is that Hardison breaks 2 tackles and gets tackled down to the 10. 1st and goal at the 10. Good run by Hardison. Another 1st down. 15 yards for Hardison on the carry. And the Mountain Lion offense needed to put some things together and put a drive together. We said it would be nice if they can go 5 minutes, and they've gone 3:30 right now. We're down to 120 something, 125. The Mountain Lions are 1st and goal. Free wall sets underneath. I believe it's Yost back in the backfield, and he runs through the 1st set of defenders and gets tackled down at the 2.
Hollidaysburg calls their 1st timeout. 1:05 left.
Alex Yost on the carry.
So the Mountain Lions have the ball. We're going to put it at the 3, so that's a 7-yard gain.
Hollidaysburg, they're 2nd.
They have 1 timeout left and a minute, and the Mountain Lions have 3 downs to go 3 yards.
In the previous play, Hardison got exactly to the 10, so it's goal to go here.
So the key here, in my mind, you don't have to wait for 4th down. You don't have to run too much more clock. If you can cross that goal line, you are up 9.
Correct.
So you basically will lock the door if you can put the ball in the end zone.
And if you don't score on this play, Hollidaysburg calls timeout. And then if you don't score on 3rd, you can't run the clock completely out. You could run it down to 12 15 and call timeout and try a field goal. Or you could run the play. I mean, it all depends what you want to do there.
It all depends on how it goes. Because
you definitely don't throw the ball. You definitely run the ball here and you try to score. No doubt about it.
And like I said, we'll take the score as soon as we can get it. So Yost is deep. Free wall under center. Hardison and Reed at the wings. Yost walks into the end zone.
I think they let him score. I mean, that looked too easy, didn't it?
It looked very easy, but a 3-yard touchdown for Yost. 18 carries, 152 yards. Mountain Lions, more importantly, take an 18-9 lead.
Up 2 scores regardless of the outcome of this extra point. So you make it, you're up 10.
Tell you, opening night, what an exciting game. The Mountain Lions are just going to take their time. They need to bring out somebody else on defense. They're on offense. They're on the wrong side, I believe. I think there's one too many on this side, but that's okay. Short snap. Palilla puts it up and puts it through.
19-9. You don't see that in a high school game very often, do you?
Nope.
Because there are a lot of, probably more. We had 3 field goals tonight between the 2 teams. You don't get that very often, and 2 missed extra points, which
so
makes that strange score.
9-9 coming into this 4th quarter. The Mountain Lions kick a 36-yard field goal by Palilla. And then after a stopping Hollidaysburg on downs at the 35, they are able to go 65 yards in 4 minutes and 28 seconds. And Alex Yost's 3-yard run puts the Mountain Lions on top with a 10-point lead.
I mean, you can't get everything you want, but we got a 4.5-minute drive, right, for a touchdown.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. We'll take that.
But at that point, we said, we'd rather get it on 2nd down just because we know then we have it.
Right. So now it all comes down to you could play your cushion now that we complained about all night and tackle the guy in front of you. Don't give up any big plays. They have 1 timeout.
Well, you can give up a big play or 2, but the thing is, you just got to keep them out of the end zone.
Yeah, just
Because even if they do
keep it in front
eventually score, they can't get more than 8, which is 19-17.
Right.
So the Mountain Lions are trying to figure out who's on the field and where they're lining up. Palilla is set. We got 11 on each side. Palilla approaches. He kicks the ball. He hits it short. It's going to bounce, and 2 or 3 times it's picked up at the 13. And the Hollidaysburg runner turns and runs backwards and is tackled at the 11.
Wow.
He tried to get around the back and outside, but Mountain Lions had nothing to do with it and made a good tackle. I mean, 89 yards.
Listen, that was a great way of executing that pooch kick right there. We see that a lot of times where the guy just catches it on the run, and he kicked it in a dead spot where the Hollidaysburg player had to go back and get it. And he ended up going backwards. And the Mountain Lions
3, 6, 9, 12.
All they got the right amount. Yeah.
So you got
nothing
11
behind you here.
11 on each side. Passed, and it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. So it never got to the receiver. I couldn't tell if it was Manny Miller or number 72. Do we know who 72 is for the Mountain Lions?
Deuce. Xavier Deuce. It was one of those two over there. If we had like replay, and things we could look at from different angles.
We should have a monitor in here. We got to talk to Doug Sykes.
Yeah.
So Ransom takes the ball, runs up the middle. Mountain Lions will give up the 14-yard gain. This broadcast tonight was brought to you by MLTV. I'd like to thank the guys that are here with Coach Sipes, Noah Freeze, Caleb Freeze, Ben Shank, Chris Fox, Ryan Webster, and Eli Ebersol. They bring all the action to you. A pass down the sideline, and it goes and falls incomplete. So right now things are falling in Mountain Lion favor. 39 seconds to go, lead by 10. And it looks like the receiver is hobbling back. I think he's got a cramp now too, but he's going to try to stay in the game. They have Berkey on the left. They have Delantry on the right. There's the handoff up the middle again. This time tackled out at the 31, so he's going to get 6. But the clock is running. Hollidaysburg does have a timeout, but they are electing not to use it. 23 seconds. The clock is ticking down. Rossman gets it off to the side, and there is a catch made. This one goes 12 yards, and I believe we're going to get the timeout.
Yeah, he should have called the timeout after the running play, not after a first down.
Timeout.
I agree with you.
I mean, he wasted 20 seconds plus there. They need 2 scores. There's only 13 left in the game. It's looking pretty bleak for Hollidaysburg at this point.
Well, it was looking bleak once Yost went into the end zone.
Right.
But at the same time,
touchdown, onside kick, you at least have a chance. Now, yeah, there's not enough time now, no matter what.
With 50 or 56 yards or 57 yards, this is the last play.
Yes.
Unless you're going to throw 8, 10 yards out of bounds. But again, the Mountain Lions will take it because there's no 10-point play in football. But this has been a phenomenal night here at Mansion Park. We saw the new lights. We saw the crowd on both sides of the stadium. Tight game the whole way. Mountain Lions scored 10 unanswered points in the 4th quarter. Yost has 152 yards and 2 touchdowns. Palilla kicks 2 field goals. Mountain Lion defense comes up big in the second half with a fumble and 2 interceptions. Over the middle, let's say 3 interceptions.
Betwee.
As Betwee, as he has done all last year, comes up with an interception in the last 5 seconds to ice the game.
And it'll just be a knee victory formation for the Mountain Lions for the last 3 seconds. And the Mountain Lions are going to start out 1-0 for the 2nd straight year against Hollidaysburg. Bragging rights for another year. We talked about how important that is and the bragging rights between these guys. And these seniors will remember that the rest of their lives, that they beat Hollidaysburg their senior year and their junior year.
And it looks like the Mountain Lions are in victory formation with Yost back as the deep man to protect. Free wall under center. He'll take the snap and go to a knee. And the final score, Altoona Mountain Lions 19, Hollidaysburg 9. And there goes the light show.
So, you know, lots to clean up, lots of teaching moments for the coaches in the film room. But overall, you'll take this one, a big victory against your rival. You'll take that any day of the week. Any day of the week.
Well, you'll take that any day of the week. And as we said earlier, you get best from week 1 to week 2. The Mountain Lions can prepare for Alderdice and then, you know, get back to business and do what they need to do. Mountain Lions' rushing game was the key to tonight, as they only completed 1 pass for 1 yard. But running the ball, Yost had 18 carries, 152 yards, 2 touchdowns. Reed had 11 carries, 68 yards. Freewall himself had 10 carries and 57 yards. And Hardison had only 5 carries, but 56 yards. So the Mountain Lions had 4 guys on offense, each have over 50 yards. The big one led by Alex Yost. Defensively, they were a bend don't break. They did give up 244 yards passing to Rossman and the receiving core of Hollidaysburg. But the key to the night was the 2 sacks, one by Riccio and the big one by Manny Miller, that drove them back to put them in a 3rd and 23, I think, situation. And then the 2 interceptions, one by Harrison and one by Betwee to ice the game. And in between, it looked like Hollidaysburg was going to take the lead, but the ball hit the grass or the turf, and Zach Reimer came up with the fumble.
Big fumble recovery. Those 3 turnovers, that was really big in the outcome of this game.
And then Ian Palilla with the 2 field goals. And Mountain Lions come away with the victory, and it wasn't just a one-guy show. They all did it. Any last words, Mr. Strawmeyer?
Just, you know, always awesome to beat your rival, and it's one to build on here. And you know, Mountain Lions, they beat their head in all summer long in that heat, working on 7-on-7 league and all that stuff. And you know, and it's nice to come out and do it for real and get a victory. So.
Well, we will see you here again next week as Altoona takes on Alderdice. Again, I'd like to thank the MLTV crew. Coach Doug Sipes and his guys, Noah Fries, Caleb Fries, Ben Shank, Chris Fox, Ryan Webster, and Eli Ebersol. From Mansion Park, final score, opening night, Altoona 19, Hollidaysburg 9. I'm Jim Abbott along with Chris Strawmeyer. Good night, everybody.